Welcome to another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. I'm Steve G, and what we've got this time is the Tojiro Sakuya Gyuto 2 10mm knife. Construction of this is multi-layered cladding on top of VG10 full stainless steel for the core. So as you look on the product page, you'll see they've coated this blade. I think they did an electrostatic treatment or electrolysis treatment on. Anyway, you'll see it on the site, but they've coated this blade in a black coating that does show the layers, but it's not like an acid etch kind of thing. So this is multi-layered stainless cladding on either side of VG10 core stainless steel that heat treats typically about 60 Rockwell in the core steel. It's a very good kitchen knife steel used in lots of lines of kitchen knives, including this one. Weight and dimensions can vary a little bit, but this particular one is 165 grams or 5.8 ounces. Handle is octagonal ebony. We'll get you a close-up look on that in a little bit. It is one piece. The edge length on this sample was a little over 210. It's about 213 millimeters or 8.4 inches from the tip to the back of the heel. And the overall length is about 360 millimeters or 14.2 inches in overall length. Spine thickness was pretty similar to the Santoku I just had working on. Got about 2.4 millimeters thick at the back of the blade on the spine, and then about 2.2, 2.15, about halfway down. There's not a lot of taper on thickness of the spine, really. It holds it, right around that 2.1, 2.2 until you get to the grind where you can see these layers tighten up here on the finish. And it gets pretty thin at the tip. So this should be a nice performing knife. And then here's the back of the blade, the choil shot. It's pretty thin at the edge as well. So this should be a good performer all the way around. Height on this one's about 44.1. So not particularly tall, but there's a good curve here from the choil into the neck for a good spot for your finger. The neck's not that wide, so you can see you still got pretty good clearance, unless you got really huge fingers. You got pretty good clearance on the cutting board despite that. So the height is adequate for most people. The overall knife is very nice looking. We'll do our beauty shot here. So they've got this black dark coating over the top of the cladding and the core steel. You can see kind of where it tightens up on the layers. You'll see that's where the grind starts going down towards the edge. It's kind of a nice smooth transition, and then it starts going down to the edge. So it's a nice grind on this, pretty clean. The markings and kanji are etched in on the right side of the blade. And then here's the left side of the blade. You can see those layers there. It's a nice looking blade. The fit and finish is nicely done. Not a lot of corner work on the edges of the spine, but they've done enough so it's not sharp. And then they've done just enough on the choil into the neck where there's no objectionable sharp edges. It's not rounded, but it's quite comfortable. Out of the box edge on this was a good 7 out of 10 on my scale, so it's quite sharp. Nice edge with some polish to it. Very sharp out of the box. So this thing should be completely ready to rock and roll right out of the box. The handle, again, is octagonal. It's ebony, which is kind of heavy, but it's a very nice fit and finish on it. Good job sealing that tang up where the handle comes in. And then as far as balance point, being kind of a heavy wood, that handle is going to bring the balance point back a little bit. It's pretty much right about where that choil is. From a pinch grip standpoint, if you pinch in this area, it'll be just a little bit handle heavy from a balance point of view, but not too bad. But the handle is really pretty, nicely finished, kind of complements the dark color of the blade rather well, in my opinion. Let's look at the cutting board demo on the edge profile and see what we have here. This may not mean every blade looks like this, but it gives you a general idea. So you'll see it has a kind of a gentle belly all the way through. There's not a real big flat spot at the heel. It does kind of transition smoothly into a little bit of a stop back here. Not a whole lot, but a little bit of flat at the back. Tip's kind of midline. Let's see how far we can go in a rock where the tip digs in. About right in there it wants to dig in. So I'm getting on this particular one right in there, so that should rock over medium to small stuff with no problem. It is a very smooth edge profile. Tip draws should work pretty well. Push-pull cuts, glide cuts, rocking, again, medium to small stuff. Not a lot of chopping area, maybe a little bit towards the back. So if you're looking for something kind of unique looking, nice craftsmanship, at a good value, again, good quality steel, easy to maintain, this is a good option. This is the Tojiro Sakuya Gyuto 210mm knife from Chef Knives to Go.